Championship higher or lower is what we're going to be playing in today's video. We're going to be presented with two different championship players and I've got to work out who's got the higher market value right now. Last time we played this on the channel we got a high score of 15, so that's going to be the aim, to beat that score today. Before we jump in as well, quick call to action. If you're not subscribed already, make sure to go ahead and do so. Over 70% of the people who watch the channel aren't subscribed right now. But without any further ado, let's jump in. Alright, let's start out with a fairly straightforward one. Josh Sargent surely has to have a higher market value, and he does at 12.6 million. Jack Verdadze at Watford, do like, but I am going to say he's got a lower market value than Josh Sargent, and he does at 2.25 million. Ben Whiteman at Preston. Ooh, this one will be close. I'm going to go slightly higher for Ben Whiteman, and I'm right just about there. Oh, Diego Llorente at Leeds United, been out on loan these past couple of seasons now at Roma, hasn't he? I'd imagine higher market value, and he does 6.3 million still. I believe Leeds recently rejected a bid from Real Betis for him as well, didn't they? Jay Silva at Cov, tidy little player, but I will say a lower market value, which he does have. Jobe Bellingham, been a lot of talk about him this summer, where he might end up. Definitely got a higher market value, and he does at 10.8 million. Ballymunba, player who I do like, but I'm going to say lower market value than Jobe, and he does at 2.25 mil. Ooh, what's Dennis Sirkin valued at? I'm going to go slightly higher, but I'm wrong. He's 1.8 mil, he was slightly lower. Alright, for a first attempt, that wasn't too bad. A score of 7. Let's roll again. Ooh, we got Traore against Ng. I really rate Perry Ng, but I'm going to say he's a slightly lower market value, which he is, only just though. We've got through the first round here. Marcus Forss. Oh, I'm not sure what he'll be valued at these days. I really like both of these players. Forss, tidy finisher, can play in a few different positions. Been fairly injury prone though over these last couple of seasons. I'm going to go slightly higher because I think attacking players always have that bit more value to them. But I'm wrong, he's only 2.5 mil these days. I feel like his value's gone down a little bit, maybe as a result of those injuries. Gonna go slightly higher on this one, and he is, to be fair, 6.3 mil. There's quite a bit in that, to be honest. Dom Heim, I don't think he's valued at 6.3 mil these days. No, 2.25. Still a solid valuation though. Ooh, what's Freddie Woodman valued at now? Difficult one, really. His debut season, I think he was really solid for Preston. Last season, there was definitely a little bit of a regression in his overall game. A little bit more inconsistency. Obviously, North End did concede quite a few goals last season as well. I reckon he's still got a slightly higher market value than that, though. I think if we were to sell him, we'd be looking for more than 2 mil. I'm going to go higher, and it is just about 3.15 there for Freddie Woodman. Oh, blimey, I'm a little bit out of the loop when it comes to Burnley players right now. After they've just spent a season in the Premier League, I'll give him the nod, and it is right at 6.3 mil. Doko Gabby, good player for the future. Just joined Plymouth on loan once again. Going to go lower for the market value though, and he is at 1.62 million. Scott Wharton, I'd imagine, would be a little bit higher than that, and he is at 2.25. Alright, we're cooking a little bit now. Souza at Sheffield United. I'm going to say a little bit higher than that, and he is way higher than that actually. 10.8 million in terms of his valuation. Max Lowe, solid player. Going to go lower in terms of his market value though. Alright, we're on a little bit of a roll here. Budgie Signs, definitely higher market value, but no, he's one. Oh my god, I thought he'd be way higher than that. Not gonna lie, that has surprised me. I thought he'd be way higher rated than that in terms of a market value. Right, we want to get into double digits at least in this video. Jake Cooper or Patrick Bamford? Ooh, that's a tough one. Jake Cooper getting on a little bit now, but the same can be said of Bamford, and 3.6 mil isn't loads. Going to go slightly lower, and that is right. 2.7 Cooper's valued at. Ben Whiteman, oh, we had him earlier in this video, and I can't remember what he was valued at now. I'm going to say higher for Ben Whiteman, but no, it was lower. I thought he was just slightly higher than that. Zian Fleming against Sam Field, I'm going to go lower for Sam Field, and he is just about, not that much in that one though. Dan Ballard got to be higher than that, and he is only at 3.6. I thought he would have been a little bit higher than that, but we're still going. James Trafford, I think the hype and everything that comes along with Trafford makes him higher, and he is 16.2 million he's still rated at. James Beadle, who's just joined Sheffield Wednesday, back on loan for the season. Will be a lower market value for him, I'm sure, but still decent at 4.5 mil. Oh, what's a player like John Swift valued at these days? One of my favourite players in the Championship. Just love Swift, how he can open up a game. His passing range is excellent. Technically one of the best operators. But he is getting on a little bit now, isn't he? I reckon he could be lower than 4.5. And he is. 2.88 he's valued at these days by Transfermarkt. Dom Hyam slightly lower than that at 2.25, yeah. Jordan Bayer, I'd imagine, would be higher than that, and he is at 11.7. Fally Mayulu, one of Bristol City's newest recruits this summer. Can't say I know that much about him, but I wouldn't imagine he's got a higher market value than 11.7 million, so he will go lower for him, and that's right. 1.8 for Mayulu currently. Jaden Bogle, higher than that for sure. He is, yeah, 3.42 for Bogle. Johnny Rowe got to be higher than that. His market value, I mean, for me personally, should be way more than 8.1 million, but this game does tend to undervalue quite a few players. Josh Laurent, good solid Championship player, but not valued anywhere near Johnny Rowe. Oh, this is a difficult one. What on earth is Karlan Grant valued at these days? Very hot and cold player. I don't imagine there'd be much between these two, but I think I would give Grant the edge there. Attackers tend to be worth that bit more, and he is, to be fair, at 3.42. I didn't think he'd be valued at that much, if I'm honest. On a high score of 12 right now, Rajovic at Watford, is he valued at more than 3.42 mil? I wouldn't have said so, and he's not. Just over 2 million for him. Josh Eccles next at Coventry, I would say higher. There's a gut feeling, and that is right, 6.3 mil. There's quite a bit in that one. Ooh, Scott Twine. Burnley originally spent quite a bit of money on him, but it does feel like these past couple of seasons, his market value has dwindled quite a bit in that time. I'm going to go lower for Scott Twine, and he is 2.7 million. He was definitely higher than that a couple seasons ago. Ooh, this is an interesting one. We got Cashin at Derby. Is he valued at more than 2.7 million? I'm not really that up to date with a lot of players that have just come up from League One and their market values. Obviously, I've not really been keeping tabs on them like I had been a lot of Championship players, but this is a difficult one, you know. Considering he was playing in League One last season, I would say maybe a little bit lower than Twine. And he is at 1.62. Not that I necessarily agree with any of these valuations. Diego Llorente, we know is higher than that. Liam Lindsay at Preston, absolute brick wall, but I can't imagine he's valued at anywhere near 6.3 million. He's not. Josh Sargent, higher once again. All right, we're definitely into high score territory here. Oh, but is this where the streak comes to an end? Who's got a higher market value? Josh Sargent or Morgan Whittaker? Whittaker had more goal contributions in the Championship last season, but pound for pound, I do think Sargent's a better player than Whittaker is. Then again, I'd imagine Whittaker is younger than Sargent. This is a tough one. I reckon, I'm going to say Whittaker's slightly lower. And he is 10.8 million. Not that much between those two, though. That was a tough one. John Buckley at Blackburn, I'm going to say lower than that, and he is. Wilson Odobert at Burnley, going to say higher market value, and he is at 9 mil. Grady Garner, can't imagine he's valued anywhere near 9 million these days. Yeah, his value has taken a bit of a fall off in recent years. Ali McCann, solid player. Don't think he's valued that highly, though, and he's not. Oh, where do we go with this one? Han Noah Masengo or Ali McCann? Oh, Masengo I really was quite fond of during his Bristol City days. Know that it didn't quite pan out in the end how a lot of Bristol City fans would have wanted. Last season with Burnley, although I'm not sure how much he actually played in the Premier League, I'd still say slightly higher for him, and he is at 3.6. Luke McNally, probably a little bit lower than that. And he is only just, though. We're just about surviving here. Cynic at Hull City, slightly lower than that, and he is at 1.8. Cameron Archer, he is my guy after that loan spell with Preston. Definitely higher market value, and he is. Harry Darling, lower market value than that. I mean, we are absolutely breezing through this right now, by the way. Give us a tough one. Josh Cullen, easily higher than that. Darko Gyabi, lower than that, I'm going. Bobby Thomas got to have a higher market value than that, and he does just about. Ooh, Harry Pickering. I'm going to go lower off gut feeling between those two, but I'm wrong. 3.78 million, and that is where the game comes to an end. But a high score of 32, I'm chuffed with that, and I challenge any of you to beat that in the comments down below. There you have it though, guys. That will now wrap it up for today's video. Thank you very much for watching this video just for a little bit of fun. If you would like to see more higher or lower content on the channel, then do show your support. Other than that though, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.